So today I'm going to be doing a video on my 790/890 rally replica hodgepodge. But yeah, let's get started. I'm a KTM technician myself over at AEO Power Sports, so I'm pretty well versed in the adventure bikes and all that. So here's my build that I've been working on for the past year. It's got about 17,000 miles on it, and here's just a little bit about it. So let's get started. First off, I'm going to start off all the KTM OEM parts. That's an OEM part number. First would be the suspension. Exact Pro / Apex. All the same deal. I got the 270 millimeter forks, which do have the extended brake lines off the rally as well. I'm waiting on my little hangers to come, so I don't have to use the zip ties. But 270 millimeter length, billet lugs. I upgraded the brake calipers to Stylemas, which I mean, they look pretty cool, but not really necessary. I just have them on there because I do have a set of Supermoto wheels for it, and it's nice having the upgraded calipers. Same thing with the rear. Exact Pro, Explorer Pro shock absorber, 270 millimeter length. The stuff front and rear is stock still, stock spring rates, stock valving, all that jazz. Preload set at I believe like 3 mil. I'm almost at the sag number, especially once I have my saddlebags on there, but for now it's pretty stiff for my weight. Stock clicker settings. I think I'm in between the stock and the race setting that they give you in the manual. Following that, some more OEM KTM parts, rally foot pegs, which are nice. A little bit bigger, a little bit wider than the stock ones. They look pretty cool as well. I do need a new shift tip. I tend to go through these quite often, especially if you're using boots. Some more rally goodies. Rally master cylinder guard, which is pretty neat. Helps with looks. That's about it. A little bit better than the plastic one, especially if you tip over. Mostly for looks though. Brake tip, I flipped it. You could flip them upside down on the bikes. Gives you the spiky side, and then there's also a soft side which comes stock. So that helps a lot with grip. It also raises it up a little bit, especially when you're standing up. Helps actuate that caliper a little bit better. Some more KTM parts. I do have the rally seat, but it's not on there now, just due to the fact that I find the S seat is the most comfortable. This is the stock seat that comes on the 890, 790S. Two-piece, it's lower, which helps for me, especially with the tall suspension. Also, I like this platform in the back for when I put my saddlebags on. Helps a good bit having those sit on a platform. Rally seat, they kind of slope in, and rally seat you also can't take off with the bags. This one you can. The top plate I left on, honestly just depends on the kind of riding I'm doing. Sometimes I take it off. Sometimes I'll leave it on, especially if I'm going to run the bags. A little bit better of a spot to strap down to. Moving on to some more aftermarket parts. So skid plate is stock. I do find it works just fine for what I do. I have banged it up quite a bit. Kind of folds in and it's a little mushy, but I mean, no complaints on it. I know a lot of guys upgraded the AXP, but no real issues. I do have the high fender, which just helps. Low fender kind of looks a little funky with the Exact Pro suspension. I also have Renthal bars, 821 Adventure Bend, a little bit flatter sweep, not as high as a rise, just to combat this bar riser situation here for running the WP stabilizer. It's all custom. I just get a Scott's. I just did it because I had this one lying around. Other than that, stock gearing, stock chain protectors. I do have a 520 chain from Firepower, I believe. Not the best chain. It's just I had to run it because that's all I had. They wear out fast. It's not meant for the load rating of this engine, but I mean it hasn't broke, so that's a plus. Stock wheels for now. I do have a set of skinny wheels. Don't really run them that much because I mean they're not tubeless, especially for longer distances. It kind of sucks. But the skinny wheels are set up with a single rotor, so I can get rid of one of those calipers and one of those rotors, saves a lot of weight. But as of recently, I've just been doing a lot of road riding, so no real need for the single brake setup at the moment. That's pretty much it for performance parts on the outside. Full exhaust. I have the Cat Delete. It's not the Aero. It's an AliExpress one that goes into an Aero titanium can with DB killer removed. It's a little loud. I would probably run the DB killer if I'm going far, but it does sound sick. So can't really complain there. I know a lot of people run the Aero one with the the resonator that's in there. I just got the cheapest one and the loudest one, so that one was 70 bucks versus 300. So that's why I'm running that one. Following that, that's pretty much it on the outside. Let me pop the seat and show you guys some of the other stuff. So popping the seat, you'll see some of my more performance mods. Rottweiler intake, not the race edition, not carbon fiber, unfortunately. It's just the rubber one. Helps tremendously with filtration. The stock system kind of sucks. You do have to get that what do they call it, the pre-filter. I never really got to run one of those, so I just want to convert straight to foam. Keep like 3 or 4 of these on standby, swap them out, get them all oiled up, and quick swaps. And I've never had an ounce of dirt go in there as long as you install it correctly. A lot of people kind of mess up the install, trying to get down in there and get the trumpets to seat nicely in here, and if you don't get it perfect or even use a little grease, there's a possibility of sucking dirt from down there as well as up here. So you just got to make sure everything's sealed. That was a big thing on the early versions of the Rottweiler Airbox, and they revised it with pretty much anything that you've bought in the last year or so. But yeah, I also have the Dynojet Power Commander 6 with a street map on there. I have tried the race maps. Race maps are nice, but I like the cruise control. So right now it does have a street map. O2 sensors are plugged in. And yeah, that's pretty much it for performance mods. Inside there is a 790, 890 Duke stacks, which are shorter. Give you a little bit more top end, less bottom, which, I mean, to each their own. I like it to be real peppy on top. But yeah, that's pretty much it for performance mods. I'm gonna put the seat back on and finish up on some of the accessories I have. One last thing, it does have a lithium-ion battery. If you do not have a 2024 newer, do not run a lithium-ion battery. The rectifiers got updated in 2024 to be able to charge a lithium battery. If your bike is like 23, 22, and you look at the power parts fish, and there's no KTM lithium battery for your bike, it's not compatible. So you can buy the upgraded rectifier to convert it, but honestly, just stick with the lead acid battery. It's more reliable. It does weigh more, but the reliability is worth way more than the weight. Other than that, 2024, the rectifier is able to charge past 13.5-ish volts and can actually fully charge a lithium battery. The biggest thing on the 23s is the charging system doesn't go up that high, and your lithium batteries won't get fully charged. So you'll notice, like, every time you try and start, you're really trying to start the bike on a half charged battery, and it puts a lot of strain on the electrical system trying to charge it, staying at 13.5, shoving volts in there, but then it's getting shunted off at 13.5, and it can't deliver the power that the lithium needs to fully charge. That's just due to the fact the chemistry, lead acid fully charged is like 13, lithium fully charged is like 14.4. So that's one thing to watch out for. I know a lot of guys put lithium in there. You get funky airs on the dash, you'll get funky things happening. That's because when the bike's starting, the battery's basically dead, and some of the ECUs on this bike need at least 10-ish volts for them to stay alive during cranking. And if they drop below that, the engine's starting while the ECUs are turning off. And because of that, stuff loses some of the CAN communication on startup and will throw codes. So that's just one thing to keep note of. Moving on to some more exterior stuff here. I do have the stock S windshield on, which I do like for the wind protection. really does do a good job. I also have an R windshield to match the rally seat for when I'm going on shorter rides, so I don't bust my head on that tall windshield. Rally seat also lets me pinch better with my knees, but you sacrifice some comfort just like the windshield. Mirrors are double take. I believe they're the dual sport ones. They're not the ones that are for the adventure bikes for some reason. I guess those ones have a different mirror shape, but those work just fine. Phone mount, custom 3D printed. Little dongle that I got going on up there. Just printed out my 3D printer. Mounts to a quad lock. The wireless charging one goes into the USB port there. Works perfectly. Following that, obviously the graphics kit done by SKDA, all custom. You just tell them kind of what you want, and they'll cook something up that looks pretty good, and they'll put whatever logos you want. So I got AEO Power Sports. That's the dealership I work at. I'm currently a technician and a service advisor. So any questions about KTMs, feel free to ask me in the comments down below, because I feel I know my fair share of them and can answer most questions. Moving on, that's pretty much it. Tires, stock 890 tires. They work okay. Good on-road, good-ish off-road for, 50-50 riding. I found this SW Mototech kickstand extension, and I do like that. Pretty neat little touch, keeps the kickstand from sinking in. It's also a little bit taller. I haven't got a chance to buy the Rally kickstand yet, so the bike does lean over kind of a lot, and that kind of mitigates it a little bit. That's just due to the fact suspension's about 30 millimeters more travel, 30 mil taller, so it tends to lean over. I also run my forks flush. Gives it a little bit more stability in the faster stuff, and kind of steers a little bit worse, but I like it for the stability. So that concludes my walk around of my KTM 790/890 Adventure. This bike does have 17,000 miles on it, and I've had 0 issues. Change your oil every 3,000 miles, change the filter, keep up on air filters, and you will not have issues with these bikes. Biggest thing is changing your oil. A lot of people push it out. KTM recommends 9,000. It's far too much. Even 4,500 is a little pushing it. I like 3. I've only ridden 1,000 miles, and my oil is starting to get a little dark, so I'm probably looking at changing it here in the near future, another 1,000 miles. That's just due to the fact freeway miles just cook the oil, and you lose the lubricistic properties of it. I know a lot of people talk about the cam issues. Nothing really I've seen on the 790s, especially coming out of CF Moto. 890s kind of here and there, they have cam issues, but I mean, it's one in every couple thousand bikes. For the 790, CF Moto revised the top end, no real issues. Other than that, that pretty much concludes my review. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments down below. It's my 790 Adventure.